barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I was gonna do this video yesterday, but I just couldn't get around to it. I saw that top 10. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start putting some respect on Jarrett Hurd's name. That's all, man. Jarrett Hurd is arguably, it's debatable, one of the most fan-friendly, unified world champions in boxing today. He puts on hella fights. He beat the best boxer in the last 10 years above 147. If you want to debate that, I don't want to debate it, but he's arguably a top 3 boxer above 147. You know, I would even go to say he's a better boxer than Andre Ward, that being Lara. You know what I mean? Man. J-Rock is a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. And I will say, in my humble opinion, I have him a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. And I've seen his last probably 8 fights. I've been alive at his past like 7 or 8 fights. I have no dog in the race. I'm not saying this, but I'm in admiration of this man. Gets in the ring and he fucking fights. You know what I mean? Like, I admire that about him. People say he's inexperienced, he don't fight the way people should fight. Listen, Jarrett Hurd is a dog. Jarrett Hurd, all he does is win. You understand what I'm saying? He is a modern day gladiator. He is a modern day, you know, I was gonna say pugilist, but that's boxing. But I enjoy watching Jarrett Hurd compete. I actually enjoy interviewing the man. I enjoy his team, and it's just beyond me. For real. Triple G doesn't have a belt. I'm not coming down on Triple G. I'm just equaling. I'm trying to draw a parallel so we can have some symmetry in this video. Jarrett Hurd is a unified champ. He comes down from 185 and makes 154. I don't know how he does it. It's just simply amazing. I don't know what they do in their team. Do they take off a leg and they put it back on? I don't know. I think he weighed 152. I'm like, how the fuck this motherfucker weighed 152 in his last fight? I couldn't believe it when the motherfucker weighed in. You know, I'm like, shit. You know, because when you see him in person, he's easily 175. You know, every time I've seen him, he's been 175, you know. And I think, I believe he does it the right way. I believe that he's just a good person. And I know that means nothing as it relates to the pound for pound. But it's time for these good guys in boxing to start getting this recognition. Because as I was saying about Triple G is a hell of a fighter. You know, I will always say this. Watching him on TV is a completely different experience watching him live. The fucking ring just shrinks. It's like the Blob. Remember the Blob when we was a kid? Remember that movie, Blob 1 and Blob 2? Remember that shit? That shit was just storming through the town. That's kind of like how Triple G methodically just shuts the ring off on you, you know? And he doesn't have a belt right now. It's debatable whether he won or lost the last 2 fights. I don't know. I'm not going to make this video about that. But he doesn't have a belt right now. He's fighting a light touch. He's not consistently fighting dogs, you know, and just that being alone, he should replace Triple G in the top 10 pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll be honest. I'm not saying I've seen Sorite, the Filipino guy, the Asian guy or Filipino guy. Let's just say Asian. I haven't seen all his fights. I've only seen 3 of his fights. He beat Chocolatito twice. I don't know much about him. I haven't seen a no-way fight. I've only seen him in highlights. I know he got rocks in his hands. I've seen the highlight reel. But I haven't seen him fight consistently. Here is a man. I think ESPN is an American company, right? Why aren't we giving the unified champion of the world the benefit of the doubt at 154? So if you're fighting at if you're fighting at 154, you're fighting the best boxers from 147 that's moving up, that can't make weight, and you're fighting these hella punchers coming down from 160. 154 is a hell of a division. You know what I mean? It's a tough division to fight in, and it's definitely a damn sure tough division to be in, you know. And he deserves all the credit, man. And gonna start doing my barbershop conversations. Gonna do a pound for pound. Fuck that. I'm gonna do a pound for pound list. I'm gonna do it. Give me some time. Give me some time. Maybe I'll do it this week. Maybe, you know, maybe tonight. I don't know. I got my kids tonight, so Dre is on call. So it's just me and the kids tonight. And after 8:30, I have a lot of time to myself. So maybe I need to put my pound for pound top 5. You know, and it just is what it is. I do believe Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. I genuinely believe that. I think he's earned it. See, everything is based off earnership, not ownership. Ownership is not a word, I know, but it makes sense in this video. Terrence Crawford has earned the right. 135, 140, 147, if I'm not mistaken, right? And he's done his job. How I care about his business of boxing and him being maneuvered and manipulated by Bob Arum has nothing to do with how great of a boxer I think Terrence Crawford is. You know, him and Errol Spence fight, man, I'm just fortunate enough that I have a chance to cover that, you know? I'm just fortunate enough that I have a chance to at some point when the fight is made, be a voice that you guys will listen to as it relates to that fight. But I don't give a fuck. You cannot, for real, a top 10 list that has Triple G in it at this stage invalidates your list. It's no way in hell Triple G is a top 10 fighter right now. No way. No way. He's not. Is he a notable name? Very much so. Is he popular around boxing circles? Absolutely. But he has to regain his footing. He has to get back. And Jarrett Hurd is doing nothing but taking on. He had a light touch against the kid from England. I'll attest to that. But the nigga been fighting dogs, man. The nigga's been fighting dogs. Man, give the nigga some respect, man. He's a unified world champion, man. He stopped Austin Trout. That's a tough thing to do. Stop Austin Trout. Tony Harrison, who's a 154 champion. Tony Harrison came back and won the belt against Trout. That tells you how great he is. You know, I think he fought Nelson. Did he fight Nelson? He's a tough out. You know, the Mexican Olympian in New York. I was there for that fight. Molina, I think his name is. You know, Brian Castano, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm doing this off memory. He was an underdog in that fight and won that fight. So at the end, man, y'all got to give Jarrett Hurd, man, y'all got to put some and this is about as unbiased I can be. I respect Jarrett Hurd because he's a man. He put his team on. The team looked strong. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, y'all got to put some, man, y'all got boxing media, y'all got to put some respect on Jarrett Hurd's name. Period. And that's the truth, man. He's going to be in a unified, what's this, April, May? Maybe in December of this upcoming year, he's going to unify the belts at 154. If he can hold on, Jarrett Hurd, hold on. Eat a half a hamburger, Jarrett Hurd, not the whole hamburger. If there's 4 shrimps, eat 2. You know what I mean? Eat a half a steak. Eat a 4-ounce steak, not an 8-ounce steak. You know what I mean? Because you got to hold on to be the undisputed unified champ at 154. You got to do it, man. You know what I mean? I know you, in your last interview I interviewed, you said your body's growing and the weight that you're cutting is getting more and more and more. And that's normal. That's normal. That's why you should be commended for getting down to 54. I think it's amazing. I think you and Errol Spence is a hell of a fight. At some point in y'all career, I think y'all gonna get to a point where y'all gonna be like, fuck it, I'm tired of cutting weight. Earl, you gonna call Earl and be like, Earl, let's do this shit. Let's do this and get all the tea in China. I think that's the fight. People were saying, I think Errol Spence, Jarrett Hurd will be the fight of the year whenever. I'm just gonna go with fight of the year. Jarrett Hurd, Errol Spence will be fight of the year when it happens. If it happens, I think they can possibly catch weighted and boxing fans won't care because they'll be the best in their divisions at some point. You know, but I think that fight, whew, will be hellacious. Oh man, you talk about it, man. That's one of them fights where I might not watch the entire fight because it's gonna be that hellacious. Errol Spence gonna get the shit hit out of him. Jarrett Hurd gonna get the shit hit out of him. And She's strong as hell. she cut up from the floor up. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. It's like, you know who fights I can't watch? Angulo. I can't watch Angulo fights because it just be hellacious. You know what I mean? Like he gives and takes. He gives and receives far too much for me. But Jarrett Hurd, Earl Spence, it's gonna be the fight. Watch what I say in 3 years. Y'all gonna be like, I remember Fred did that video. You know, but anyways, man, y'all have a great Tuesday. Enjoy your day. More videos to come. I got some interviews that's coming up. I got Freddie Roach today and Anthony Sims Jr. Go watch that Anthony Sims interview. It's gonna inspire you guys. It's definitely gonna inspire you. And he's kind of hip. He's kind of cool too. It's funny thing. I've been around him about 10 times. I've never spoken to him or interviewed him because it was just so many. I couldn't maneuver to get to him because I was either in an interview or walking to an interview or, you know, waiting on an interview, and I just couldn't get to him. But it was a great conversation I had with him. So it was a pleasure meeting him today officially. And I think he has a bright future. He's knocking motherfuckers out left and right. So, but anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.